Good afternoon. Welcome to Bakersfield College Renegade Virtual Fitness. I'm Casey Babcock, and we're here in downtown Bakersfield at Evolve Core Yoga Studio. So we're going to get a little bit of a Monday flow in here, kind of loosening up that body, finding a little bit of movement, a little bit of stretching, just to start out that week on a nice positive note. So grab that mat, grab that towel, and we're going to get started here. We're just going to take a few moments resting the body. We're going to bring those hips back over those legs, letting the stomach rest between those knees, bringing those big toes together. We can crawl those hands forward. We're just going to drop that chest, letting the body relax. Just taking some time, eliminating any outside distractions. If it's within our practice, set some intentions. Letting that forehead rest to the mat. Letting that breath naturally come and go. Taking the palms, we're going to swoop them around to that back side. The palms faced up, fingers pointing towards the back. We're just going to shift that weight, coming forward onto the crown of the head. Bringing those hands back forward, pushing ourselves back, letting that forehead rest. Again, bringing those hands back and around, shifting that weight, coming up onto the crown of the head. And bringing those hands back, resting onto the forehead. Looking forward to those palms, raising that forehead off the mat. We can crawl the hands back towards those legs. Shifting the hips back, we roll the shoulders back, opening the palms at our sides. We inhale the arms up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. One more time, we inhale the arms up, stretching the fingers high. Keeping that left arm up, we're going to plant this right palm. Now stretching that left up and over the head towards the right side. This elongates that left side torso. Bringing that right arm back up. Keeping that right up, we drop that left, stretching that right hand to the left side. Elongating that right side of the torso. Bringing that left up. Finding that right side again, planting that palm, stretching that left hand to the right. Bringing that right palm back up. Dropping that left, stretch that right. To that left side. Bringing that left palm back up. Both fingers stretched high. We're going to bring those palms down to the mat. Drawing those knees and under those hips. Planting the palms solid into that mat. We have the fingers spread wide. We're pushing through the base of the thumb, through that index finger. We're going to find that cat-cow. Dropping the spine, we lift up that head and tail. Arching our back, we find that cat, driving through the palms, pushing into that mat. Those shoulders roll over. Back to head and tail. And again, we find that cat, driving through the palms. Head and tail. And back to that cat. Holding this tabletop position, we're going to draw that right arm up to the sky, looking up at those right fingers. Taking that right palm, threading it under that left arm, dropping that right shoulder. Looking off to the right side, we take that left arm, placing it behind the back. Replanting that left palm into the mat, pushing into the earth. We draw that right arm back up, looking up. Bringing it back down. Now planting that right palm, finding that opposite side. We draw that left arm up. Threading it under that right, dropping that shoulder, looking off to the left side. We wrap that right arm around. Planting that right palm, pushing into the earth. We draw that left arm back up. Planting that left palm back into that tabletop. Again, we drop the spine, finding our head and tail. Pushing down, finding that cat. Rolling the shoulders over, driving into the earth. Bringing that spine to neutral. We're going to curl under these back toes, Slowly lifting those knees up and off that mat, finding our first downward dog for today. Bending that right knee, we're going to drive that left heel back towards that mat. Now bending the left, we drive that right heel back. Trying to keep the ears between those biceps. Bending that right, we drive that left. Bending the left, driving the right. Bending the right, driving that left. Now driving both heels down towards the ground, drawing that chest in closer towards those knees. Shifting the shoulders forward, we drop the knees back under the hips. Pressing in that right palm, we're going to lift that left hand, that thumb is up. And lifting that right foot, the foot is flexed, toes pointing towards the body. From here, drawing that elbow to knee at that center chest, rolling the shoulders forward, and drive it back out. Getting two more, draw that knee to elbow, and back out. One more on this side, knee to elbow, and drive it out. Planting the palm, dropping the knee. We extend that right arm, that thumbs up. Extending that left leg, that foot is flexed. Drawing that knee to elbow, driving it out. Knee to elbow, driving it out. One more, drawing that knee to elbow, and drive it back out. Landing the palm, dropping the knee. Again, we curl under these back toes. We're going to take those hips back up into that downward dog. Pedaling it out. Keeping that left foot planted. We extend that right foot just to that hip level. The foot is flexed, finding a hold. Taking this right foot all the way to the front of that mat, outside that right hand. We drop that knee, bringing it up to that lower lunge. Bringing the hands to prayer at that center chest. We're going to twist that prayer towards that right side. Driving those thumbs through that center chest. Bringing that prayer back to center. Raise those arms up. Planting them on that mat. Lifting that knee. Bringing that right foot back to downward. Extending the left foot up. Foot is flexed. We're going to swing it to the outside of that left hand. Dropping the knee. Raising the hands up. Coming to prayer at that center chest. We're going to twist this prayer towards that left side. Prayer back to center. Hands come up. Planting on that mat, right knee up. Drawing it back to downward dog. We're going to repeat that movement. Right foot up. Swinging it to the outside. Dropping the knee, bringing the hands up. Coming to prayer. Taking prayer to the right. Prayer to center. Hands come up. Planting them on that mat. Left knee up. Downward dog. Left foot up. Swinging it to the outside. Knee is down. Hands up. Prayer. Taking it left. Center. Raising the hands. Planting them on that mat. Right knee up. Downward dog. We're going to get that movement 2 more times. Right foot up. Swinging it through. Hands come up. Prayer. Taking it right. Center. Raising them up. Planting them on that mat. Knee up. Downward dog. Left foot up. Taking it through. Hands up. Prayer. Left side. Center. Raising up. Plant the hands. Knee up. Downward dog. 1 more. Right foot up. Taking it through. Knee down. Hands up. Finding prayer. We take it right. Center. Raising up. Planting the hands. Knee up. Downward dog. Left foot up. Taking it through. Dropping the knee. Hands up. Prayer. Taking it left. Center. Hands up. Planting them on that mat. Downward dog. Holding that downward dog, drawing that chest close to the body. Drawing the hands back towards those feet. Finding our forward fold. We inhale the arms up. Coming to prayer. Grab that water, grab that towel. Get hydrated. We'll find that flow again. Feet at the back of that mat. Opening those palms. Continuing that flow. Drawing the hands up. Finding our forward fold. Halfway lift. Planting the hands. We're going to crawl those hands forward. Finding our downward dog. Ears between the biceps, driving the heels back. Walking the feet forward. Forward fold. Hands are on the shins, halfway lift. Planting the hands. Inhale the arms up. Stretching the fingers high. Interlocking the fingers, keeping those pointer fingers up. We're going to hinge at that torso, bringing those hands towards that right side. And back to center. Taking them to that left side. to center. Finding our forward fold. Halfway lift. Planting the hands, we can step or hop into that high plank. Chaturanga down, elbows tight. Flip the feet, upward dog. Shoulders rolled back. Flipping the toes, downward dog. Bending the knees, hop or step forward. Halfway lift, hands on the shins. Forward fold, drawing the hands up. Forward fold, halfway lift. Planting our hands, we step or hop into plank. Chaturanga down, upward dog. Downward dog. Bending the knees, hop or step. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Drawing the hands up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Planting the hands, finding our plank. Taking it down. Upward dog. Downward dog. Hop or step forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Drawing them up. Getting two more. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Planting the hands, finding our plank, taking it down. Upward dog. Downward dog. Bending the knees, hop or step forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Drawing the hands up. One more time. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Planting the hands, finding that plank, taking it down. Upward dog. Downward dog. Bending the knees, hop or step. Halfway. Fold. Draw it up. Hands to prayer. And release. Grabbing more water if we need. We're going to find that salutation B. Repeating those poses, taking it into a little more of a warrior. We're going to be at the front of that mat again. Got those big toes together. A gap in those heels. Rolling the shoulders back. Opening the palms. We're going to bend the knees, pushing the hips back. Looking down at the toes. You want to still see those toes. Swooping the hands forward. Finding that chair. Coming to prayer. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Planting our hands. We find plank. Taking it down. Elbows tight. Upward dog. Downward dog. Kicking that right foot up. We're going to swing it all the way through. Turning out that back foot. Finding warrior one. Hips line up forward. The blade of that left foot driving through the back of our mat. That front knee over ankle. We're going to turn to the left side, finding our warrior two. Dropping the left palm, finding our reverse warrior. Warrior 2. Forward to 1. Planting our hands, bringing that right foot back to downward. Taking the chest down, vinyasa up. Upward dog. Meeting in downward dog. Left foot up. Swinging it through, turning out that back foot. Warrior 1. Turning right to 2. Dropping the right, finding that reverse. Warrior 2. Taking it forward to 1. Finding the hands. Downward dog. Chaturanga down, vinyasa up. Downward dog. Bending the knees, hopper step. Halfway lift. Fold. Finding that chair. Back to prayer. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Planting the hands, finding our plank. Taking it down. Upward dog. Downward dog. Right foot up. Swinging it through, turning up that back. Warrior 1. Turning left to 2. Finding our reverse. Warrior 2. Forward to 1. Planting the hands. Downward dog. Left foot up. Taking it through, turning out that back. Warrior 1. Right to 2. Finding that reverse. Warrior 2. Forward to 1. Planting the hands. Downward dog. Bending the knees, hopper step. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Finding chair. We're going to find that flow one more time. Coming to prayer. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Planting the hands, finding our plank. Taking it down. Upward dog. Downward dog. Right foot comes up. Swinging it through, turning out that back. Warrior 1. Left to 2. Finding reverse. Warrior 2. Forward to 1. Finding the hands. Downward dog. Left foot up. Swinging it through. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Finding that reverse. Warrior 2. Forward to 1. Planting the hands. Downward dog. Gather the breath. Dropping to the knees. Finding that tabletop. Setting the hips back, finding that child's pose. Crawling the hands back. We're going to drop the hips to that left side, bringing those feet around to the front. Gather the breath, grabbing water if you need. We're going to spread these heels to the edge of that front mat. Starting with the flat of this left foot, drawing it into that right inner thigh. That left knee kicks out towards that left side. We open the palms, drawing the palms up. Twisting to the left, we plant those palms at that back edge of the left side of that mat. Bending that left elbow, lowering that shoulder, and we hold. Extending that left arm. We're going to crawl the hands to frame out this left knee. Right hand's on the right side of that knee, left is on the left. We're going to shift the weight through the shoulders, bringing that right leg all the way back behind us. The top of the foot is flat. The bottom of that left foot points out to that right side. Coming up onto those fingertips, lifting the chin. We're going to crawl the hands forward, dropping to those forearms or all the way down to that chest. To open up these hips, we find a nice hold. Crawling the hands back, lifting that chest. We're going to bend that right knee, keeping that left palm planted, reaching that right hand for the inside of that right ankle. Just finding a hold. Releasing that ankle. Planting that palm, we curl under the right toes, bringing the hips up, pulling that left foot out, rotating those hips right, we drop that left, and we slide those feet back around in front. Finding that opposite side, heels are on the sides of that mat. We're going to take the flat of that right foot to that left inner thigh, that right knee, out towards the right side. Opening the palms, we draw the hands up, twisting to the left, to the right side of that mat, palms planted up that back of that mat. Bending the right elbow, we drop that shoulder down, finding a hold. Extending that arm. We're going to crawl the hands to frame out that right knee, shifting the weight through the shoulders. Bring that left leg back. Coming up onto those fingertips, shining the chest. Crawling the hands down to those forearms or all the way down to that chest, opening up this hip. Crawling the hands back. Keeping that right palm planted. We're going to bend the left knee, reaching that left hand for the inside of that left ankle. Releasing that ankle, replanting both palms. We curl under those left toes, bringing the hips up, drawing that right leg back to high plank, dropping to the knees. We want to reset that tabletop, gathering the breath. From here, we drop to those forearms, elbows under shoulders. We can interlock those fingers, keeping the weight through that left knee. On my cue, we're going to bring that right leg up, pointing the toes to the sky, bringing the knee back down and up. We're going to find that raise with that right leg, knee bent, 10 times. At the end of that 10, we're going to hold it at the top. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Nice and control, engaging the glutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We hold it high. Releasing that bend in the knee, extending that right leg, and we hold. With this leg extended, we bring it down to the left of the mat, tapping that side of the mat, bringing it back up. And again, back up. 2 more. Back up. 1 more. And back up. Dropping that knee down. We're going to get that same movement on that opposite side, keeping that left knee bent, taking the toes to the sky 10 times. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. Extending that leg, pointing the toes back. We're going to bring that left toe to the left side of that mat and back up. Finding it 3 more times, bring it over and back up. 2 more, back up. 1 more, back up and we hold. Gather the breath, dropping that knee down, spreading the knees wide. Find that child's pose again. Looking forward, rolling the hands back. We're going to drop the hips to that left side, bringing those feet back around. Keeping these knees slightly bent. We're going to thread that left leg underneath that left foot to that right side. We're going to cross that right leg over that left knee, twisting to the left side, looking over the left shoulder. Releasing that torso, we can unlock these legs. Finding that opposite, we thread that right foot under that left leg, crossing that left over that right knee, and we can twist to that right side, looking over that right shoulder. Releasing that leg, gathering the breath. We're going to lay that torso back, nice, slow, and controlled. Countering up those hips, we're going to bring the knees above the chest. Feet are flexed. We're going to open the arms to a T. Looking forward. We're going to drop those knees off towards that right side. Begin looking at that left palm, finding this twist. Bringing the knees and the eyes back to center. We're going to drop the knees to that left side. Now looking towards that right hand. Bringing those knees and the eyes back to center. We're going to extend that left leg out, wrapping the hands around that right knee. Just going to shift that knee and a clockwise rotation on that chest, finding those circles. Keeping that right hand on that knee, we're going to extend that left hand all the way out to our side. We're going to drop this knee, open to that right side, allowing the legs to make a figure four. We want to keep that left hip and shoulders down on that ground as that right knee is opened all the way up if we can. Bringing that knee back to center, wrapping the hands around. Find that clockwise motion again. And extend that right leg out. Drawing that left knee in, wrapping the hands. We're going to find a counterclockwise motion. Finding that circle. Keeping that left hand on that left knee, we're going to extend that right hand out. Using that hand, we're going to open that left knee all the way out to the left side, keeping the hips and the shoulders down, opening it as wide as we can. Bringing that knee back to center, wrapping the hands, finding that counterclockwise circle. And we extend that left leg out. The hands extended and the palms up. We've got one final movement before we find that rest. On my cue, we'll raise the shoulders, point the toes, finding that shallow boat. And we're going to hold for a count of 10 before we drop it back down. Gather your breath. Palms are up. Raising the shoulders and feet in 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it up, and we hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop it down slowly. Closing the eyes. We're going to enter into the Savasana, taking that quick rest. Finding our breath. Allowing that breath to come and go. Acknowledging any intentions we may have set. Directing that energy towards those intentions. Gratitude for the body. Finding its strength and movement. Take about 50 more seconds, finding that rest. Again, finding that movement through the fingers and the toes. Find a rotation of the wrists and the ankles. Feeling movement to the legs, the hips, through the spine, to the shoulders, the neck, out the arms. Allowing ourselves to roll towards that right side. Planting that left palm, we push into that mat. Bringing ourselves into that seated position as we gather our breath. Closing the eyes, finding our clothes. We take a deep inhale in. Holding that breath, opening the mouth, exhaling out. And again, inhaling in, holding the breath, exhaling out. One final time, inhaling in, holding the breath, exhale it out. Thank you guys for joining me on your Monday afternoon. Finding a little bit of flow, a little bit of movement, just encouragement throughout the rest of your week. Stay positive, stay strong. Find that breath when you're feeling overwhelmed. Have a great day, everyone. Namaste.